Welcome back to Franco Fridays. Today I'm going to look at one of the best films of Franco's catalog, and that is 1971's Vampyros Lesbos, starring the incredible Soledad Miranda, one of her last roles before she tragically died in a car accident. She plays Nadine, a lady who has inherited a mansion from Count Dracula. The family inherited a mansion, and she also inherited vampirism. She becomes entangled with a lawyer, a female lawyer, played by the German actress Uwe Stromberg. And she, after biting Uwe Stromberg, Uwe starts to have these nightmares and visions, and basically she gets committed by her psychiatrist, played by Dennis Price, who's the renowned British actor Dennis Price. That's basically the storyline. It's really a variant of the Karnstein Hammer horror films, the lesbian vampire films, but it's beautifully shot, haunting, tremendous music. I mean, the music in this was so good by Manfred Hubler, and a guy named Schwab. Actually, the music was written in part by Jess Franco. That there was an album released of the music. It was critically acclaimed, and the music is incredible. It's haunting. It's not a jazz score. It's much more of a psychedelic kind of a King Crimson kind of sound to it. But the film is incredible. It is a masterpiece. I give it a 10 out of 10. The script, as with many of Franco films, a guy named Jamie Chiavari wrote the script. Although he's a lawyer by trade, he in later interviews has claimed that he didn't do anything, had anything to do with it. So there's always some kind of interesting backdrop to Franco films. This release is a Severin release, and you can still pick it up for $21, I think. It's got two cuts of the film. The Blu-ray, of course, is the theatrical European edition, which is running, it's about 89 minutes. And then you have the Spanish release on DVD, which is full frame. So this is a 1:66 aspect ratio, and this is full frame. Both copies of the film, the only difference really is some of the more gratuitous nudity in the Blu-ray, the European release, was cut from the Spanish release, obviously due to the time with General Franco and restrictions on censorship and that type of thing. I've watched both copies, and both films are wonderful, both versions, even though the Spanish version runs about 12 minutes shorter. I love the film, and many people do. It's one of those must-sees. Even if you're not a Franco fan, I think it's important to get this in your library. And the Severin release is probably the best way to do that. Now, some downsides. This release from Severin, picture quality is soft in spots. The colors are good, but it does have a kind of a general softness to it, and the grains are. Natural grains are there. There's some things. It needs. I think it needs a 4K scan. I would hope. I hope someday someone invests the money in this kind of film from Franco and does a 4K scan of it. But it's in general, it's going to be better than any DVD releases. The DVD, the Spanish release, the full frame release is really. There's no real improvements to picture quality. So it's really, really soft. Sound is a 2.0 German track with English subtitles, and of course the DVD is your Spanish language version with English subtitles. Also on this, you've got Stephen Thrower, who is really the foremost authority on Franco. He's written 2 books on Franco. That's about an 11-minute interview. There's also an interview with Franco about Soledad Miranda, which is really tragic in terms of, his feelings towards her and the impact on his filmmaking. Um, if Soledad Miranda wasn't in this film, it wouldn't be a 10 out of 10. She is this film. Now the music, it was with the music and the way the film is shot, and it's beautifully shot. It's haunting. It's atmospheric. But Soledad Miranda is just an incredible person to look at on screen. She just has such a screen presence that she is the film. I would say it's certainly one of his best, and this release is probably the best way that you're going to see the film, at least today, right now. So yeah, that's gonna do my quick review for Vampyros Lesbos. Let me mention also 10 Room Bizarro. I want to shout out 10 Room Bizarro's webpage, YouTube page. He is probably the foremost. He's probably the most enthusiastic Franco fan on YouTube, and he's done more. He's done more. I've done like 51 reviews of Franco films. He's done all those plus. He's obsessed with Franco, and he really has a lot of passion and enthusiasm for the films. And he kind of comes at the story, and his critique of the film is really a lot different from mine. It's better than mine. I come at it from much more from a technical, factual standpoint, and he comes at it much more from the enthusiasm and the feeling that you get from watching the film. He really captures that tremendously. So I would highly recommend any Franco fans check out 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page. I will put a link in the description box to his channel. With that, I will leave you, and I will be back with other Blu-ray updates and some other reviews. Thanks for watching.